Well, welcome to this product demo where we're just going to run you through the new DSD-863D. It's had a few design changes this, and we're showing you what you are going to get as we gradually change these direct saliva products over to this new design test. So let's just run through the membrane first, the packaging first. Standard foil really hasn't changed at all, apart from a D appearing at the end of the abbreviation for the drug catalogue code. 863 doesn't actually tell you what's combination drug tests being loaded into the design. That is just the mold design code. This particular test that we're going to show you here is a 6-panel drug test in our existing combination, which is cocaine, amphetamine, methamphetamine, benzos, opiates and cannabis. And these will all have a saliva indicator on, so you will see this indicator on the labelling. Standard in vitro diagnostic test labelling on the back, and that's your standard foil. The design, if we just show you this now, this is what's changed. It is now a wider design with a saliva indicator, which is always loaded. On some of the previous packs we've had, the saliva indicator membrane's been inactivated, so you haven't had that reassurance of an indicator to show when an adequate sample's been absorbed onto the tongue here. And you'll also see this broader design in the main body of the test with 3 parallel running wells for the tests. And the design has changed slightly as well. The abbreviations no longer appear on the side because they've had to widen that to accommodate the 3 different membranes. So the drug abbreviations that are included on those membranes are now shown on the top portion here, and they'll appear in order of the C1 and 2 labels on the indicator at the side of the panel. So if we have a look at this right hand column here, you've got a C, a 1 and a 2. The C corresponds to the control line and where that will appear, and then test line 1 is for the OPI test and test line 2 is for the THC. So basically you go from the top to the bottom in terms of your test lines and the location of those in the membrane. The design, as I say, has widened. You've got the standard cover as before, and the tongue, which is for collecting the saliva. This is nice and firm and rigid. It's very good for being able to wipe around the oral cavity in front of and behind the teeth, top and bottom of the tongue, and then placed under the tongue while it absorbs sufficient saliva for that indicator zone to go a bluey green colour. And at that stage you can remove it from the oral cavity, replace the cover, lay it on a flat surface, and you will. This is an old test we're going to show you here. This wouldn't normally have this yellow discoloration in the clear back zone, which would be a white colour, but immediately at the test time, which is between 3 and 10 minutes, you would see these control lines corresponding along the top with the C abbreviation on the side of the test cassette, indicating the control has been triggered and adequate saliva has run through the test areas. And then you'll see the lines forming against the zone 1s and 2s corresponding to the drug abbreviations at the top of that column. So this is an all negative test showing you a negative, the variation that you normally get in the test line, colour density and thickness. You'll see that on this particular test that we've run. Looking at it now, which is almost 24 hours after we ran this test, you've still got a faint THC test line and a faint benzo line. This is all still absolutely clear negative saliva sample testing. So you don't, as we've emphasised this time and time again in these videos, draw any reference or information from the colour density, thickness or saturation of the test line. If it's there, it's a clear negative. If it's not at the 10-minute read time, then you've got a positive indicator of a near patient test which needs confirming. But those are the type of results that you get with these tests. They are nice and easy to read. The test line quality is very good on these. The runtime is usually on an all negative test in the order of 3 minutes. That's all it takes to run one of these tests through and get all your results, and then move on to the following test if you need to. So they're nice and quick, easy to interpret. The accuracy on these test membranes ranges from 97 to 99.5%, I think, from memory, compared to GCMS laboratory confirmation tests. So in terms of on-site screening tests, they are the industry-leading standard. There's as good as anything you can get. We're going to be changing the catalogues over on the UK drug testing sites, so you will see these coming on catalogue to replace the existing DSD 863 and 843 lines as those current stocks sell out and are replaced over the autumn and into spring 2020.